Okay, so I will show you a demonstration of a streak plate. So I want to sterilize the loop. This thing's been sterilized like 50 times today, so I doubt there's anything growing on it, but just in case for demo purposes. You said that YouTube video said this one? I'm probably wrong. Been up since 4. I don't know what I'm saying right now. All right, so I'm going to cool it. All right, so number one, I don't want to wave it around. How come? Yeah, contamination. I don't want to blow on it because I probably just put beta hemolytic strep on it or strep viridase from my teeth or whatever. So I'm going to sterilize it again, cool it, let it cool anyway. There's my plate. I'm going to keep it at this angle so nothing falls. All right, I'm going to just lightly grab a little bit and hopefully in the video it'll show up. I just have a tiny bit on there. All right. Here is my blank plate. I'm going to, now when I do it, I put the angle of my thumb here, my index finger here. So I know I always start here, I end here. You can do whatever you want. And I can actually see the streak marks from the last time I did, when I went to inoculate. I didn't do a streak plate, I wanted to inoculate it, but there was nothing in that tube that was viable, so it didn't grow. So this should be completely more or less sterile. I'm going to swab it back and forth, just across like that. So I know that's my initial inoculum. So let's just say, like I said, there's 10 million or whatever organisms on there. Now, when you do this, you guys are gonna do it with the broth too. All right, I'll do another one actually. All right. So now I know it's sterile. Hear that? I cooled it. I'm gonna take this. That's where I ended there. I'm gonna do one. I flip that. Let's just say I do 3. I'm going to sterilize it again. I'm going to cool it. I do 1, 2, 3 different locations. So I'm just serial diluting all that. Now I am going to cool that again. Ooh, and now this is my last swipe. So in this swipe, there's very few organisms on there, and I want to drag it across, picking it up organisms from all 3 of those. And then I'm just going to kind of swiggle it all over here. And I'm hoping to dilute all this. And I'm hoping that one single bacterium is alive, landing here. And then, as I said, through binary fission, that single bacterium will grow into a colony. I know that with almost 100% certainty, that should be a pure anoxic colony because it came from one bacterium. All right, through binary fission, there's no changing of DNA. It's going to be the same organism replicating, so they should be completely identical. In real life, occasionally they mutate, but for our intent purposes, it's an identical organism. Okay. All right, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab a plate. I'm going to grab the broth tube, and we'll show you how we did that. So that we know is one organism, or it should be. So that should just give us a pure colony. When I do the other plate, we should theoretically have 2 or 3 different colonial morphologies if we do it, if I did it correctly. All right. It's my stock one. I don't want to contaminate that. So give me a second. So this I made yesterday morning, incubated it. So can you kind of see it's not clear anymore? All right, so I know that there's something growing in there. I don't know if the Staph epi is alive, the Bacillus is alive, or Klebsiella is alive in there because I can't take roll call, I can't take a pulse or respiration, but I know something grew. So theoretically, they should all be growing in there. I don't know what the concentration is going to be, but I know there should be 3 different organisms growing in this broth. It's a mixed culture. So when I go to streak plate, when I isolate them, if everything lines up perfectly and we do a great job, we should have separate colonies. So I'm going to grab nutrient agar, could be TSA, it really doesn't matter. So general purpose agar, here, this should be sterile. This should be completely inoculated with organisms. I'm going to sterilize this. Now, when I sterilize it this time, I'm going to sterilize the whole loop and the handle. All right, in case when I go to dip down, if there was contaminants on here and I dipped it in here, they could theoretically fall in there and contaminate my culture. Okay, so that's close enough for me. I'm going to unscrew that, holding the cap down. I'm going to flame it. Does anyone know why I'm flaming this? I want to sterilize this. I don't want any germs or microbes to fall in there. I'm creating a vortex, pushing the air out, not sucking it in. All right, now I'm going to go in here. Try not to touch the sides. I'm just going to grab a little bit, kind of like, you know, when you blow bubbles, kind of like that, a little bit. I'm going to sterilize it again and seal it. All right. Stay. So I'm going to go in here, swipe it like that. Now what do I want? Oh, I just Wolverined that. Nice, Phil, real nice. Okay, now what do I want to do with this? Sterilize it. So I have how many organisms on here now? Zero. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to serially dilute this. Nice. Sound effects, drum roll. There we go. All right, I'm going to actually go from this end because I totally Wolverined it. Yeah, that's the technical term for it now. All right, so I'm going to do a serial dilution. Second or third time around, you don't have to sterilize it because you've already done it. So cool it. 2, 3. This is a really bad demo, but you get the idea. I'm gonna do my final dilution. I'm gonna cool it. Ooh. I go through here, drag it through like that. So with any luck, that'll turn out. That was not my best work. That could have gone better, but you get the gist of that. All right, and then I would label this date, initial, and what it's street plate for Bacillus, Klebsiella, cephali. Okay, so